Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of My Hero Academia, which is on episode 112 of the overall total number of episodes, or you can call it My Hero Academia Season 5 on episode 24 as well. Anyways, this episode right here was actually really nice. They actually adapted it. They actually done a nice adaptation of these chapters right here. Chapters 237 to 240. Although there were some scenes I think were omitted, which is kind of annoying at the same time, because if you guys been keeping up with My Hero Academia from the very beginning up until now, you will understand that there were some scenes cut out or omitted from the freaking arc of My Villain Academia, if anything, you know? So if anything else, let's just get this started right away. We have to it that Tomura Shigaraki continues his narration how he killed his family and that no one is helping him. A young old lady looked at Tomura and maybe wanted to give him some assistance, but looks at his face as if he's having a euphoria of great pleasure of what he just did, you know, and just left. Although what's even worse is that no one helped him at all, and said that if someone had lent me a hand at that time, things could have, perhaps this itch would never have subsided, or it would have not gone after me, you know, that kind of thing. And the only person that gave out his helping hand to Tomura Shigaraki was All For One. And we also get to see to it how All For One was teaching him how to how you don't have to hold back, you know. Some two thugs ends up hurting Tomura Shigaraki, you know, and that he could have killed them, but he held back. Eventually, All For One therefore was teaching Tomura, do not hold back. All these stupid morals, laws or something, it's just created by pathetic human beings themselves, you know? And you should do whatever you want is the most important of them all. What is it that you want to do? And Tomura says, I want to kill them. Those two damn punks, I'm gonna murder them with my own bare hands, you know? And we have to it that All For One says, go ahead, best of luck. And Tomura Shigaraki goes after the two who hurt him and ends up killing them. And we had to it that the doctor who is All For One's doctor says, quite intriguing, this boy. He shouldn't have any memories left. But we have to it, All For One tells the doctors this guy is actually shutting him out. He's actually existing deep in his heart. Not to mention, he's holding back when using his quirk. In any case, I'll give him the information he needs. The secret destruction, the world's symbol of fear or terror or chaos. With this, he's taking his big step into this world. And we have to it that Shigaraki Tomura, you know, he continues his rampage here and there, and he remembers no matter what he's done, he'll always be forgiven, you know, that kind of thing. And this is pretty scary because, you know, like I said, the only one who ever helped out Tomura Shigaraki was All For One himself. He literally just went out of his way to give him a helping hand, etc. And he even gives Tomura Shigaraki some more hands, you know, which is really kind of crazy, and says, show me what you have become, Shigaraki Tomura. And he ends up having to tell him, what those names mean, you know? Tomura means to mourn, signaling the sorrow of death and parting, while new names celebrate the rebirth of Shimura Tenko, Harbor of Mourning. And Shigaraki is All For One's last name, which is pretty crazy and ironic, don't you think? And we have to it that that Shigaraki Tomura thinking in his mind, do I even need anything, you know? I'm gonna freaking I don't need, after I killed my father, and watched my family crumble before me, I felt at ease. That was no tragedy, you know, that kind of thing. And we had to it that the other villains are trying to run away right now because Gigan or Gigantomachia is really going on a rampage, going after Shigaraki Tomura, you know. And we have to it that Compress is worried about Shigaraki Tomura because he's about to die, you know. And we have to it that eventually that Shigaraki says, you know, why do I need a future? What's the point, you know? And he ends up having to crush the hand that was holding him back or that traumatized him, and says, I don't need any of this. Let's do this, you know, that kind of thing. And we had too that Reed Destro end up having a clash against Tomura Shigaraki once more, you know? And we had to Reed Destro try to use stress 100% against Shigaraki Tomura, but it's useless. He ends up destroying the freaking amplified arms or something against him. And we had to it that like hey, is that all you got? Come on, show me what you got. You know, that kind of thing. And we had to it that like Reed Destro ends up activating a machine on him, which is apparently supposed to amplify his strength, his stress to a whole new level, like 150%, you know, that kind of thing. And we had to it that, you know, the League of Villains are still running off to try to go to Shigaraki Tomura or run away from Giganto Makia's like rampage. And we had to it eventually Shigaraki, on the other hand, ends up saying, I don't need any of this anymore. And we have to it eventually, you know, like, there are some scenes that's being, like, omitted, you know, such as Spinner's narration again, you know, that kind of thing. And, you know, Gigantomachia is still going after, like, Shigaraki Tomura, like, as master successor, you know. And we had to it eventually, like, that Reed Destro seems to look at Tomura Shigaraki and realizes that he's starting to become something that he couldn't see at all, you know. And Shigaraki Tomura, oh my gosh, he literally unleashed the full scale of his abilities of his decay and end up having to like destroy everything around him that's around him, dude. He literally just remembering his words from Sensei, like it's like this: whether it be progression, effort, or human life, all of it lies in the palm of your hand. It's entirely your choice whether you want to toy with it or crush it. As long as you have amassed both hatred and joy, you are free. And we had to it that Tomura Shigaraki slams his hand all the way down to the ground and ends up decaying everything around him while he freaking like laughs and screams in great euphoria or great pleasure, you know, and ends up decimating almost the entire city of Deka City, you know. And he ends up laughing further while Gigantomachia watches on, you know. And we have to it that Reed Destro, even though he tries to escape, gets caught in the decay fire, you know, and ends up having to like amputate his own legs, which is what they censored on, which I can understand why. Although they could have at least shown some blood here and there compared to a lot of things what they done with the previous episodes, you know. And we had to Shigaraki ask him, hey, I always wondered, why are we fighting again? And the other people and Reed Destro's followers were trying to save him, but unfortunately they couldn't do anything after Shigaraki Tomura just stared at them like no tomorrow. Like his aura, his willpower just literally just been unleashed, dude. And we have to it that Reed Destro tells everyone to stop because wasting will just be wasting lives. And Reed Destro having to remember his time with like the usage of special abilities, liberation over regulation, you know, that kind of thing, and remembers his like ancestors or fathers like freedom of doing Liberation Army. Even right now, Gigantomachia, after hearing Reed Destro making a speech saying, as you said, we picked a fight and lost. If you're going to kill me now. I too am prepared to live and die by the will of Reed Destro. And as Gigantomachia sees how Tomura Shigaraki bended everyone's will to his pleasure, you know, and we had to it that like that even Gigan finally cries in tears of joy, finally recognizing Tomura Shigaraki as the freaking like successor to his master at long last, after seeing what he has done, like destroying half of the city, having people to fear him, and they end up following him right now. And Shigaraki Tomura therefore asks, hey, you got money, don't you? Can you treat us out to lunch now? And then 1 week after the Battle of Deka City, we have to it that freaking like Izuku, or should I say Deku, whatever you want to call him, ends up having to like make a narration, you know. The tragedy of a once tranquil city came to a pass. The perpetrators were a group of 20 men and women who held a grudge against the heroes. By falsifying the reports of the organized crime, you know, that kind of thing, etc., everything came to pass where people are using the meta powers to stop those who were causing a lot of pain and misery, you know. Eventually, eventually we get to see to it that the news and rumors are later on spread upon like everywhere else right now, while the rest of the League of Villains are like enjoying themselves, etc. While freaking Twice is having a funny moment where Toga's like alive, saying, "Hey, stop it! I'm really alive here and there, etc." And we have to it that the guy ends up getting the rest of the League of Villains says, "Hey, it's time to go," that kind of thing. And we have to it that Redestro ends up making a speech to all those who are in front of him, and that today the Liberation Army will be reborn under the name of Shigaraki Tomura. When it comes to enlightening this world, this guy is totally free. I have been blind for a while, this is not surrender. The man you see before here is truly free, etc. He is worthy of the throne. Starting now, the Liberation Army shall walk together with the League of Villains once and for all. And the new name that freaking Tomura made out to tell everyone is the Paranormal Liberation Front, And the 9 lieutenants are Dabi, Twice, Spinner, freaking Compress, and Toga, and Redestro and the others, that kind of thing. And says, this is irrelevant. Go wild. Do whatever you wish, etc. Even right now, there are some scenes, like I said, got omitted, where Hawks is actually freaking present at that time. And I'm telling you, it's crazy here and there, etc. So that is one of the scenes that got omitted when it came to Hawks, but I think they might save that for later, or they might not include it at all, maybe because Hawks has been a spy for for the hero public safety for a while now, that kind of thing. And as for everything else all considered, yeah, like I said, there were some scenes omitted, and then we just were saying, hey, nice performance at that. Do you want to get a drink? But Tomura tells him, get the hell out of here. But Shigaraki Tomura, he is still injured from the previous fight when he had with Redestro here and there. And now he gets a call from the doctor of All For One, or All For One's doctor, and says, hey, yo, I got Makia to obey me. I think I've achieved the bare minimum you ask for, don't you think? And we have to it that Garaki says, yes, your memory has returned, and so is your quirk. And as I promised, if you want power, I will give you power. So be prepared, that kind of thing, etc. So overall, like I said, they adapted chapters 237 to 240. So to 240, that kind of thing. Preview next episode, I'm not going to say it there, but if anything else, if it's to give you some peace, it's called The High Deep Blue Sky. So pretty much, this episode is coming, as much as I'll give you a simple-minded spoiler or something, this episode, well, not going to say much. I guess I'm not going to give away too much. But that aside, overall in this episode, Shigaraki's origin continues a little bit from the very beginning, and later on, Shigaraki decides not to hold back anymore against Redestro, and his decay power increased tremendously. Like I said, he decimated Deka City, or I should say half of Deka City, and later on had that fear of aura where Gigantomachia cries tears of joy, finally recognizing Tomura Shigaraki as the successor of his master's power or will or throne, and how, etc. And eventually the Paranormal Liberation Front is therefore formed, etc. So, looks like to me, Shigaraki's not holding back anymore. He's free. He's got over his trauma. He got over everything that was holding him back, that All For One was teaching him, and now he is on that road to the symbol of fear. So, overall, I thought they did a nice job, but however, like I said, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people will agree with me, it could have been better if they adapted this much more better and properly, As much as Season 5, as people will want to say, it might be the weakest season compared to Season 4, but I love both seasons anyway. Although, like I said, they could have adapted it more properly and much better if they followed it in the manga format, but it is what it is. You just gotta take it with a grain of salt, or take it for what it is. But whatever the case may be, next week is the final episode, and I'm pretty sure there is going to be a 6th season. No way in hell that's going to come to... No way it's not going to cut that off, but we'll have to see. And hopefully, Bones of All Life Given to Me, if you make that 6th season, you better go all out and do a good job. So far, I think that you did a nice job when it comes to Shigaraki's fight with Reed Destro and all that, but you could have done a better job with the entire arc of My Villain Academia, though. Although I understand some things here and there, but I guess some stupid leaders just love to try to like change things around, which is kind of annoying, but whatever, you know? Anyways, I'm looking forward to the next episode, and that'll be the final one for the 5th season, so yeah. Anyways, that's about it, people. Like I said, they did a nice job, although I wish they could have been a little bit more detailed with the art, etc., and they could have done better with some parts of the animation of My Villain Academia. For example, like Toga's moment in the My Villain Academia. Like I said, that scene when it came to Toga, it was a little dead, I guess. Could have been a little bit better, but you know, whatever. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.